Hey y'all, so I'm sure y'all have recently seen Kanye's tweets and his outcries in the media recently. His most recent, uh, I guess, attention seeking effort was releasing what is now going to be, according to him, his new album cover. Okay, the album cover consists of using the image of the doctor of which did his late mother, Donda, who did her plastic surgery. Okay. And just unfortunately, she passed away shortly after that surgery in 2007. All right. Now, what's interesting about this to me, it's like obviously, Kanye has kind of stayed away from speaking about his mother's death, really. It's not something, in the 11 years that she's been gone, it's not something that he's really done a lot of interviews or anything about. And I just find it interesting that in that text message, the text message where he's talking to a guy named West, he puts the picture of the surgeon, Jan Adams, okay, in the text message, and he says, "This is my album cover. This is plastic surgeon Jan Adams, the person who performed my mom's final surgery. Do you have any title ideas? I want to forgive and stop hating." So this is interesting to me. So it's telling me that, like, he is saying that he, I guess, for all these years, have been hating the doctor who performed his mom's surgery. Okay, now this doctor was never found to have any type of malpractice, even though it was kind of, people were kind of blaming him for what happened to Kanye's mom, but there was never any malpractice found. Okay, this guy was cleared of everything. And what's funny is that the doctor, you know, I'm going to read this out of an article from Source Magazine. Basically, back then in 2007, the doctor was doing a CNN interview because, it was a very, very, talked about issue back then. And the doctor even says, that Donda, Kanye's mother, was given 20 Vicodin tablets in less than 20 hours following her surgery. Okay, and he released Donda in the care of her nephew, Stephen Scoggins, who was apparently a licensed nurse. All right. At the time of Donda's death, he said she was found lying on her back, and that the nephew, who was supposed to be watching her, actually was at a baby shower. Okay, so he wasn't even there. And it bothers me that, this came out about the 20 Vicodins, and then there's another, I'm going to post this, but there's a few other sources claiming that, one of the top reasons was because Donda was dealing with heart disease, and she had multiple surgeries done in one day. So it's conflicting reports, but I find it just weird that as much as Kanye West loved his mom, he seems to still not be over her death today. It's odd to me that he didn't pursue this, further. He didn't get down to the bottom of what truly happened here, especially with the conflicting reports. Okay. And if it was your family member who gave her the 20 Vicodins, that has to be addressed. 20 Vicodins is absurd for anybody. I don't care if you're just getting out of surgery or not. That's an absurd amount of drugs to have in a person's body for 24 hours. Okay, especially a woman who was, 58 years old, she's, midlife. It's ridiculous. And I don't see Kanye West kind of letting that go. That really boggles my mind. And I just feel like these tweets, I feel like his behavior, especially after getting with the Kardashians, it reminds me of guilt. He seems very guilty about what occurred. he has been quoted saying, shortly after her death, if I had never moved to LA, my mother, she'd still be alive. I don't want to go that far into it because it will bring me to tears. All right. So this is something he's been guilting himself with, but I just think it goes deeper than just moving to LA, because it seems to me that if this doctor, his defense, is the fact that he was never charged with any malpractice was because he could prove, autopsy reports prove that she had too many pills in her system, and she was under the care of a family member. So it's just strange to me that that was dropped. It was let go. But yet Kanye has been so affected by this death. I know if it was my mom, and I don't even have millions and millions of dollars. I don't have nowhere near that yet, but I would still try to pursue legal action. I don't care who, did it. I don't care if that was my family or not. If you gave my mother 20 Vicodin pills and you're supposed to be a licensed nurse, and maybe I paid you to help her after surgery, I'm never just going to let that go, family or not. You're going to have to explain to me why you were negligent and why you overdosed my mother. So it's super odd. It's super strange to me that Kanye is kind of just, he never pursued that. And it just seems like, truthfully speaking, it seems like there's something that is just not sitting right with me. It just doesn't seem right. And it seems like his behavior is really erratic, and he's depressed, and it's super bipolar to me. One second he tweets about loving the world and telling everyone you forgive them, and that's beautiful. But to me, it doesn't make any sense. He's very conflicting in his thoughts and his actions. Okay, he is a Gemini, but still, that don't make no sense. And especially, I don't know if you guys saw what TMZ released a little while ago, is a little snippet, I guess, of his new song. And in it, he even talks about, I'm going to play it at the end of this video, but in his clip, he talks about, white dominance and stuff, and, how it's messing up America. But then, ironically, he's wearing a Make America Great Again hat, which is Donald Trump's campaign. So it's just like, are you joking? Your shit is so conflicting, and I don't care because I don't follow Kanye. I haven't bought a Kanye West anything since College Dropout, but it's just sad that society is making this okay, and clearly things are not right here. And to me, he's displaying some very guilty behavior, guilty tendencies. I think the Kardashian family has sucked the soul out of him and helped him kind of suppress what he needs to be dealing with. Kim is just a yes woman, so until she finds someone else better to be suited with, which I think that time is coming soon. If Kanye keeps being fucking crazy like this, I don't want to call him crazy because I'm sure he has very, very serious and valid reasons why he's acting out like this. But if Kanye keeps acting with this type of behavior, he better believe Kim will be on her way out soon enough. As soon as she can conjure up some type of plan to propel her into more fame and not be dragged down by this, that's what's gonna happen. Okay, mark my words on that. But I'm gonna leave y'all with the little clip of Kanye's, I guess, new song coming out, and y'all just let me know what you think about it. All right, y'all. Catch y'all later for more black coffee and tea. See ya.
Hopped off the I'm a star and made I'm a god. It's always a lituation when I'm involved. It's always a lituation when I'm involved. See, I say what they say when the mic is off. Parents are the strippers, strip kids of their confidence. Teach white dominance, question your common sense. See, I've been washed in tradition and I'm a rinse. Hopped off the I'm a star and made I'm a god. It's always a lituation when I'm involved. See, I say what they say when the mic is off.